Now live. Awesome. What is going on, everybody? I am Duane, your gut health, inflammation, and recovery specialist. Say, guys, I appreciate you guys jumping on today. Whenever you jump on, whenever you decide to come on and watch. If you like what you see today, or if you just like the content you're seeing on my page, drop a follow, hit some likes, share some of my reels out there. I got a good call coming up here. Today's conversation is one actually I've been looking forward to. A little switch of things. I was planning on having a different guest on today, Joe Bush, but I will be having a different guest on this morning, which I'm excited to bring on here just shortly once he jumps on. Mike Carnevale, you guys, is a guy who I have known now for about 3.5 years. He's a sales trainer. He's a business coach. He's a recently new father, which congratulations to him. And he's actually been one of the more persistent people in my life that I've known. And actually, he just jumped on here. Mike, how you doing? Throwing a wave, brother. Let's see here. Request to join my video. Mike on there, you should see somewhere to request to join my video. Let's see if I can go ahead and... Today, guys, we're talking about the connection between fitness. Here he is here. Mike, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Awesome. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn my sound up just a smidge. Oh, I got to get off of Bluetooth. I'm sorry about that. There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Let me make sure I got the good height.
There he is. All right, guys. As I was saying, Mike, we're going to be talking about the connection between fitness, confidence, building your businesses, resilience, mentorship, fatherhood. And it's just going to be a really good, grounded conversation, you guys. I'm excited to bring Mike on today. And before we jump into it, Mike, what's going on in your world, brother? What's going on today on your Saturday?
So just hopped off a couple calls, doing some top of the funnel stuff. I'm always prospecting. I'm always talking to new clients. That's just part of doing business. But really taking care of the people that have paid me, that's a big priority. The people that have bought into the service, we have to make sure that we're over delivering for them while not ignoring, hey, we have to continue to bring new people in too. It's a balance, and that's where I'm at on a Saturday.
That's awesome. Guys, this is why I was so excited to bring someone like Mike on here today, because Mike is to the grind. Mike is persistent. Mike is to the bone. And this is, guys, it's really how I've become into my position as a coach, as a leader, as someone who's just confident in delivering what I have to offer other people. The value that I have found in myself honestly comes from a lot here with Mike. And Mike, as we jump into this here, I just want people to know you've been far more than just a business coach for me. In the beginning, you were probably the most persistent person I've ever had come after me. It started with a few likes, a couple comments, a couple messages, but it wasn't sketchy. It wasn't fishy. It was a, hey, man, I fully believe in what you're doing, but I just think you could use some tweaks. And for me personally, that's really come strong for me because it's shifted how I've changed my approach to my own personal prospective clients and how I approach people's needs and really building rapport behind the need to help them first and foremost. So, Mike, one of the biggest things I wanted to jump into here is why me? When you first saw my page, when you first saw what I was doing 3 years ago, what was it? Dude, my account looked terrible. I was all over the place. I didn't have a title. You really didn't even know what I was offering, to be honest. You saw this picture. What was it, man?
Yeah, it was a vibrational frequency, truth be told. There are some avatar pictures that pop up into my feed where I'm like, oh, here we go. I connect with this guy. I understand this guy. And you're one of those guys for me. I saw your avatar picture. We were having a conversation, and I was like, this is 100% a guy that I resonate with, and this is a guy that I'll end up connecting with, and we'll make something happen. Yeah. Now on the other end of this, there are some people that I connect with where I'm like, no way, but let me go in with an open mind and we make it work. But you were one of those guys where I was like, oh, this works. And it's hard to logically describe it other than it was just a vibrational frequency, man. We just hit it off before we even jumped on the call.
Absolutely. And so tying into that, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been actively helping other coaches build their coaching business?
3 years. Been doing this for 3 years now. Started as sales training, and the marketplace takes you where it needs you to go, right? So you start as sales training and you're doing that, and people are asking you questions about lead gen. People are asking you questions about content. And then when you're going to solve those problems, you're like, well, the lead gen problem is actually within the offer, or the lead gen problem is actually within the content. So the same can be said for anyone else's business or anyone else's service. You start helping people, you start selling, and in those conversations and in that fulfillment process, you discover, hey, you know what? The problem that people actually think they have, that's not even the biggest problem they actually have. So I think my message that I would want to give people out there is start selling and start fulfilling and start helping people now, because that's going to give you the data points that you need to find out what's really going on in the marketplace and where you're needed. You'll never know if you don't start selling.
No, 100%. Now, with your coaching, do you find that there's more success with fitness coaches, with business coaches, with mindset coaches? Where do you find that there's a certain niche of coaches that you can provide more value to, or where does your expertise really come in?
Yes, there's success to be found where there is clarity and specificity in what the coach is providing. So to anyone watching, I want to say this: you can sell whatever you want. I would never tell someone you cannot do this.
Yep.
I would never ever say that. But what I do want to say is that there are ideas that you could have that aren't bad ideas, but if the marketplace doesn't understand that idea,
Yes,
it could end up taking a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of convincing, when in reality, it's like, could we have just sold them something that they knew they needed, made money doing that, and then use that money to go and fund a mass marketing campaign, to go and educate the marketplace about this other thing that I have? That's a fair question to be had. So to answer your question, I believe that whatever someone's magical superpower is out there, it needs to be packaged into health, wealth, and relationships, because that's what people want to buy. They want to get healthy. They want to feel better. They want to look better. They want to make more money. And then they want to have better relationships.
yes.
They want to have better relationships. They want to have more frequent sex. They want to have better sex. They want to have a closer connection with the people around them. That's what they're going to pay money for.
Yeah.
And that's the main message that I preach.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because honestly, as my website's being produced here, it's going to be dropped here pretty soon for my fitness brand. I keep making a bunch of changes to it. And one of the big things I made a big change to is my 4 pillars. Mike, you are one of the guys, you are the guy who honestly made me understand and realize through my own transformation first and through my clients, look better. You're going to feel better. You're going to make more money because you're going to have more ambition and drive. Say, well, how are you going to make more money just because you look better and feel better? Because you have more ambition and drive to do more and want more and be more. And in turn, you're going to have a better relationship with your spouse, your kids, your coworkers, your friends, with yourself, with food. And that's where the 4 pillars, man, it came in strong. I love that you hit on that.
I'm just trying to add on here. I 100%, there's not a doubt in my mind, you should talk about fitness in the context of making more money. You should talk about fitness in the context of having better relationships. And not in a way where it's not credible. But look, if you're competing for a job position with 10 other people, do you want to give yourself the best opportunity to get that position or not?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And people are getting into rooms that other people are not getting into. And I really believe that fitness can be the catalyst to achieving those things, because when you look your best, when you feel your best, and you're showing up as your best version, you are telegraphing to the world before you open your mouth, I have a level of self-worth, I have a level of self-respect, and I have the character traits that you are seeking.
Yes.
What character traits am I talking about? Delayed gratification, discipline, consistency, focus. And I think that those character traits are needed in anything out there. Anything.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. And guys, if you're watching this, when you do pop on, go out to MikeCarnevale.com. If you check out Mike's page here, he'll be tagged in the caption and everything. He's got the link for his website. You're going to see my face on there and what he's talking about. Guys, I'm not afraid to talk about it. I've made the most money ever in my coaching business of any personal business I've ever started. This is the most money I've made, and it's because of Mike Carnevale's coaching, to be honest. I look better, feel better, my relationships are getting better, and I'm making more money in return over the last 4 years of knowing Mike. You'll see my face on there that talks about how much money I've made in the coaching industry. It's not overwhelming, it's not multi-millions, but it's more than I've made in my other industries because of the knowledge and the value that Mike has pressed forward to help deliver the coaching points that I needed to go with the talent points that I also had. But also, guys, when you hear me talk about pain points, when you hear me, how do you call it, Mike? You call it, I just lost the word. When you're antagonizing people's pain points, you're driving home what they don't want to hear, basically. You're bringing out that level of insecurity, but then delivering, hey, I've actually got a way to fix that. Mike is the guy that was able to help me further believe that ability is true through messaging, through cold marketing, in which I have fought tooth and nail, to be honest. But Mike, let's jump here to another direction with this. with fitness, to be honest. And that's another reason why I wanted to bring you on today.
Love
Dude,
it.
you're cut up, you're jacked. I have always admired your resilience to everything you put yourself through. And I think that's a huge reason why we connected. You see the way that I grind and my grit. But dude, you in return, man, that's where I talked about before. This has been more than just a coaching aspect and an exchange of money. Dude, you've returned that to me coming back. Hey, Duane, what would you do in this aspect? You believe in my coaching. You believe in my fitness instruction. You believe in the guidance and knowledge. And for you personally, Mike, we just talked on those 4 pillars. Without fitness, would you be where you are? Would you have what you have?
No, not even close. We can get into some of the more logical things about, hey, you sell sales training and business coaching to fitness coaches. If you're not fit, you're done. Yeah. That's just common sense, and that's obvious. You need to be in better shape than most of these people out here to stand out. That's just common sense. But to take it a step further and to go into some things that are a little less tangible, you know, what I do and getting a business off the ground, it's hard. And you have to put yourself in a position to be successful. And if you're not willing to eat the right foods, and if you're not willing to track your nutrition, and if you're not willing to progressive overload in the gym, then I don't know how someone's able to do it. Maybe other people out there can do it, but I'm not that guy. I'm not going to show up out of shape and skip workouts, miss meals, and still perform well in my business. I'm not that person. Maybe other people would say, hey, you know what? I can do it. That's just not me. It's not me. I have to be congruent. My intentions and my actions, they have to be very closely aligned, or I'm just not going to be successful.
Yes, 100%. And guys, I forgot to mention this. I wanted to put this out there. Mike's specialty and what drew me in was a program that he offers to people called the 21-Day Killer Closer course. When you go to MikeCarnevale.com, you're going to see a lot of that on there. You're going to see videos from other people who have actively gone through his program. And guys, he did just that. It's 21 days of a killer closing program. It teaches you how to build rapport faster, how to close deals better, how to honestly deliver value at a high level pace, but genuinely, authentically, not coming off sketchy, not coming off as someone who doesn't know what they're doing. He brings the talent out of you in a coachable, tangible point that allows you to see the playing field completely differently, to be honest, Mike. And as I've grown in again, that's why I brought you on so early in our relationship together. You've built not only my belief in my own fitness and shifted how I've delivered my message, perfecting my niche, but understanding that there is honestly in coaching, in closing deals, in the fitness world especially, 21 days. In the first 2 weeks of the year, people drop out of the gym. In the first 3 weeks of a program, people drop out. I believe your 21-day closing course also went further in the aspect of me not allowing people to get in the distance, not allowing people 3 months down the road, hey, how's it going? 90 days is too long. You've already lost credibility. You've already lost connection. It's keeping the content or connection. And I look back at us, you did that same thing. There was maybe 7 or 8 days total where you didn't message. And then finally there was a message, and it wasn't a finally, but you're like, hey, I'm going to continue pushing the button on this guy, pushing the gas pedal. And that's what I honestly loved about you. It helped me to continue doing that with my coaching as well. And that's where here, dude, you stayed persistent with me, which has taught me to stay persistent with others.
People have to hear from, we're talking about prospecting now. When you're prospecting in your coaching business, and it doesn't matter what you're selling, health, wealth, relationships, whatever you're selling, makeup, you have to be working back to those people that you've already had conversations with. You have to keep filling up the top of the funnel, and you have to keep on knocking on new doors. But then what you have to do is you have to go back to those old neighborhoods that you knocked on doors in. And you have to go back to those old people, and they're going to say, oh, now your face is familiar. Now I know who you are. You can come on in, have a coffee. Let's talk. So there's knocking on new doors. That can never stop. But we have to go back to those old neighborhoods. And that was you. I scroll back, and I'm like, oh, maybe Duane Talent. There he is again. Let's bump this thing up to the top. And that's just part of prospecting. And it's not the funnest part of running a business. But if you want to help people and if you want to make money, that's just what you have to do.
No, absolutely. And again, like you just said, you went back to my content, and here I have this guy that I don't know that's reaching out to me. But when I look back on his page, Mike, you've gone through some of the most extreme physical exertions, challenges, dude, that I've ever seen, that even me personally, I could think about it. I think I'm tough. I think I've got grit and stamina and all of that. But dude, when I watch you, Mike, you almost died. You literally almost died. And dude, it's so incredible to watch because you didn't die and you look back and it built you stronger. It built you better. It made you understand the different aspects about yourself. That's what I love about strength training. Like you said, progressive overload, learning about yourself, getting in better shape. You learn more about yourself inside and out by putting yourself through challenges that you normally wouldn't have. So you just want to touch on that a little bit, Mike?
What do you want me to touch on specifically? Do you want the fitness or the modern day night program? I'm down for either.
So you did a program called the Modern Day Night Program run by Bedros Keuilian, and I think the program is coming to an end. But dude, guys, this is an extreme program. You pay a good amount of money to go out there and really find out who you are as a human being, as a man, honestly. These are grown men who said, hey, take my money, put me through the worst, harshest conditions, but make me understand why I fail in life, why I come up short, why I'm not a better father, why I don't have friends, why I'm not making the money that I need, or what do I need to just honestly have a situation in my life hit me and say, you know what, I'm going straight. So you did that in the Crucible you just did recently. How many years apart were those? 3 years apart? 2 years apart?
MDK was 2024. I did, and then I went back at the end of the year, and then this was 2026. So call it a year and a half, call it 18 months.
Then you go and do a program called the Crucible, which I haven't looked into as much. I've just seen the video. I've seen the content that you've posted. I'll let you dive into that a little bit. But Mike, as a sales coach, as a sales trainer, you're the guy dude, you look great in your office. You're doing, but then you're jacked, you're ripped. What is it about these programs, these challenges that drives you as a sales trainer to say, hey, I'm going to do this?
I'm always looking for something that I'm missing.
Yeah.
There's the problems that we know we have, and then there's the problems that we don't know we have. I think entrepreneurship is just very easy. It's very simple. But I think that the thing about being an entrepreneur is that nobody's telling us what to do, which is what we love, but nobody's telling us what to do so we can miss things. And the reason why we miss things as entrepreneurs is because we are in our egos. We are. It's me, it's you, it's every entrepreneur. And the reason why I go into these events is because I need to get away from my business. I have to get away from my life. I have to get away from my family. And I don't have to do anything, but I choose to go be broken down to where I don't have any ego left. And I can just be like, man, why am I good at what I do, but not more successful?
Yeah.
Why am I so good at these things, but then I've completely ignored these things? And that's the reason why I go and do these things. And I think sometimes we get lost in the sauce. I think sometimes we're looking down and in our business. We're looking down and in at our relationships. We're looking down and in at our fitness. And I believe that sometimes we have to just get away to get some clarity. And I've used those men's crucibles. Some people would say, well, hey, Mike, why don't you just go and take a vacation somewhere? That's fine. Then do it, whatever it takes. I've done what I've done. And if you have to go and you want to go to the Bahamas, go and do it, man. But get away and figure out, hey, what am I missing here?
So you use these challenges basically to build you as a man, as a human being, as a business owner, but someone just to understand yourself. And speaking of which, you're not just a lonely guy out there in the world, guys. Mike's a married man. His wife is a very successful coach as well. You have a brand new baby. Your family is beautiful, Mike. Congratulations on that. Dude, it's inspiring, man. You're not, again, me as well. We're grown men with families and priorities and responsibilities, but we understand that in order to get where we need to get to, we have to do the things that most people wouldn't do, but we also wouldn't do unless we push ourselves to it.
Man, it's hard, but you keep taking these actions every day. And I don't do a lot of reflecting. And I was just thinking about it today. I'm coming up on the 6-year anniversary of COVID. Some of the decisions that I made during COVID, which is its own conversation.
Guys, go check it out on his website. I want to put that in there.
And I'm looking back at the last 6 years of my life, and I'm like, man, there's been days where I feel like I'm not moving the needle at all. But then I look back at myself now versus 6 years ago, I would kill to have the problems that I have today. What's my biggest problem? I have a screaming baby in the next room, and my wife's not working nursing shifts anymore, and all the pressure's on me, all the burden's on me, right where it belongs. And I'm just grateful for that, man. I'm grateful for that. And I had to fight for that, and I'm still fighting for it.
100%, dude. It's the battles that we take on that it's, Like you just said, it's that ability to take on more responsibility, to feel like we need to take it on, but not in a way that drives you in the ground. It's the rightful feeling. It's that righteous feeling. And dude, again, like I said, you've got a great tandem between you and your business partner, your
She's
wife.
amazing, man.
Dude, it's absolutely, guys. And I'll keep the focus on you, even though, like I said, you're a power couple there, so you're doing phenomenal.
And she's getting educated now on a completely different skill set, and we got some good things coming there too as well. She's the way that I've gone really deep into sales. Yeah. She's just nerding out over digital ads right now. I don't want to, hey, I got that coming. She's getting skilled up right now, and we got good things coming on the digital marketing side too, because you have to be good at sales. You got to be a killer closer, and I preach that, but you also need leads. She's studying digital ads, and she'll be the digital ad queen soon, and that'll be another thing that we can bring to play to help people.
No, dude, I'll just put this out there too, and it's just a relatable piece, but you talked about when you get in better shape, when you feel better, you're going to make more money. It may not be at the job that you're working, you guys. You may not be able to get that promotion. Well, how am I going to make more money? What do you love to do in life? How do you want to help people? Is there anything out there when you get in better shape and you feel better about yourself? More than likely, you want to do more things and you're interested in what your friends are doing and you believe in yourself more because you can put more time in, more energy, more hours, that type of thing. But Mike, for me, brother, I'm building websites like they're coming out of the water right now. And like you said, building skill sets 6 years ago, I didn't have this problem, but I'm able to bring these problems on because of the growth and because of that. But it's a fun problem to have. We're at about 20 minutes in here. I wanted to wrap this up about 20, 25 minutes. I think we've touched really well, but I want to do some rapid fire if you're cool with that.
100%, man.
Awesome. Let's do about 4 or 5 rapid fire questions. I've got about a dozen over here. Let's just pick one here. Yeah, Mike, what is one decision a struggling coach needs to make today?
One decision a struggling coach. It depends on where they're at, but who is your avatar client? Where are they on the internet? And how can you get them onto your sales calendar, get them into your program, and start helping them today?
Avatar client, I love it. I'm going to touch on that later, you guys. That one is huge. That put me in a really good position. Mike, what is one fitness habit that improves your performance outside the gym?
Tracking my nutrition. If I don't track my nutrition, I don't know what I'm putting in my body, and it's just emotional. Food is emotional, and I can take the emotion out of food by making it logical, by tracking my nutrition. I have to do it. Other people, maybe they can eyeball it. That's just not me. It's not who I am.
Oh, I love it, dude. I'm the same exact way. What belief did you have to let go of in order for you to become more successful?
I believed that I needed to be superior to others. I believed that I needed to be right.
That's a big one.
I believed I needed to be right. I believed I needed to be superior. And that held me back for a while. And I was grateful to be challenged by a mentor who told me that. And you could have fried an egg on my head when he told me that. And I was like, there I go again. So that's slam dunk, man.
I love that one. I've had a lot of people in my corner, in my ear hole telling me as well, would you rather be right, Duane, or would you rather be successful? You can't help everybody. You can't save everybody, but the right people who want to be saved will take your information. Last one, Mike, finish this sentence for me. You will never reach your full potential until you stop what?
Until you stop being emotional. You'll never get to your full potential until you stop being emotional. A lot of times our emotions, they just get in the way of what we know we should be doing. Speaking to the men out there, it's not our job to be feeling things. It's our job to be making good decisions from a place of reality. And the only thing that would cloud reality is our emotions. We got to let that stuff go, because leadership is about coming to reality and then making the best decision with what's real, not with what we feel.
Dude, I couldn't have said it any better, man. That's awesome. Dude, I appreciate you being on here today. Guys, first I want to say publicly that Mike has been, honestly, a foundational piece of what you're seeing today. My coaching, my delivery, my rapport, the belief in myself, you guys, just my ability to continue to grow and have full belief. See, guys, Mike didn't come after me and say, hey, Duane, I want to turn you into me, which, again, for me, that's what I love about my clients. I don't approach my clients and say, I want to turn you into me. I want to turn you into the healthiest version of you. Mike saw me as an unhealthy, broken down, and malnourished coach, not a human being, but a coach. And he said, hey, I don't want you to be me, Duane. I don't want you to be this. I want you to find what's valuable in you and learn how to deliver that properly to the rest of the world. And I said this before, but Mike is the one that taught me, Mike, what's the phrase? If you're not sharing the value that you have to share with the world, you're literally doing your peers a disservice by not sharing that value. You're gatekeeping. Guys, free information, paid information. If you are a valuable coach, if you have value to offer to the world, offer it out there. Find the ability inside to learn how to display that like this. Hire a coach, find a coach who knows what they're doing, who has belief in you, is not going to try and turn you inside and out. Mike, I really respect what you've built, man. I respect what you've done over the last 3 or 4 years. I thought you've been coaching at this for 10 years, brother. I didn't know that I was maybe one of your fresh fish in the water, and I feel honored because, dude, you really have built me into what I am today as a coach.
Dude, you've grown so much, and man, we're not perfect. We're flawed men, and I think that's human nature. It's human nature for us to be flawed, and I think that the more that we embrace those flaws, I think the better we get. And I know that for me and you specifically, the best is yet to come. We're not done growing personally, professionally, in our businesses, in our families.
Oh, not at all.
We can do more, and I'm going to challenge myself to do more. And I know that me and you will continue to challenge each other to do more and to be better men and to lead, because that's what we need to be doing.
Oh, dude, 100%. And that relationship piece, man, you have taught me the ability to build those better relationships outside of the coaching, outside of the gym. And I've got some really strong brothers behind me that are talking the same thing. We as fathers, we as men need to bond together and start providing value to each other so we can be better leaders, better masculine men, better providers of God, and just have that connection. So this will not be the last time that you and I jump on here. I'm glad you took the time. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to jump on here with me.
Dude, it's kick-ass, man. I think highly of you, and your testimonial, it hits with people. Man, I'm grateful for you. So it's been great, and I know we'll do it again soon.
Absolutely. Everybody watching, make sure you jump on Mike's page, give him a follow, give him some shares, throw some likes on his content, check out his website, MikeCarnevale.com. And if you're a coach out there that's struggling to build leads, to build closure, to build rapport, to have confidence in yourself, I'm telling you right now, Mike Carnevale's 21 Killer Day Closer course is the program for you. I've made over $30,000 in the last year and a half coaching PT. Guys, it's built me into the coach that I am. Again, the most money in the world? No. But this is leading me in a direction that builds confidence, that builds genuinity, that builds authenticity to become the coach that I know I can become. Mike, I appreciate you, brother. I hope you have a good rest of your weekend. I look forward to talking to you soon. And
You
guys,
too,
go check
Duane.
them out.
God
Thanks,
bless,
Mike.
dude. Talk soon. Later.
Absolutely. See you, brother. All right, guys, I appreciate you jumping on today. That was an awesome call, to be honest. I loved every bit of that. Mike is such a good friend of mine. From somebody that I just didn't know to someone who, hey, Mike, I'm able to go live on Instagram. You want to jump on? Guys, this is what hiring the right coaches is about. And that's what I've been able to do. I've hired a dozen coaches in my life. Fitness coaches, health coaches, nutrition coaches, muscle-specific coaches to fix my back, chiropractors, business coach, all the coaches, bodybuilding coaches. I've hired over a dozen coaches, and I didn't stop going after them and hiring them until I found the right ones that worked for me, which is why I believe that I'm where I am today. I've had the right bodybuilding coach in front of me to teach me how to build sustainable long-term muscle. I've had the right nutrition guidance in front of me to learn how to get rid of my binge eating disorders, the right mindset and business coaches like Mike and a few others out there that have really brought me full circle to understand that my value is just that. It's true value to offer to other people in a coaching aspect to help others and serve others. So if you're looking, guys, it doesn't matter what you're looking for in life. If you're struggling with your health and nutrition, if you're struggling in business, if you're struggling with your mindset, if you're struggling, there's coaches for everything. Me in particular, I am a gut health, inflammation, and recovery specialist. I help coach men and women, busy men and women, to better metabolic and cellular health. I don't want you to look like me. I don't want anybody to look like me. I never thought I would look like me, but I do look like me because I've followed a systematic program and a systematic guidance over the course of 10 years that is just unbreakable. We're talking about sustainability in your long-term health and fitness. That's the key we're looking at here. Sustainability long-term. Don't lose weight long-term. Build muscle long-term to lose weight long-term. Understanding cardio, understanding macros, understanding your hormonal and metabolic and cellular health, guys. That's what I do. We start from the bottom. We work our way up. We start inside first and go out. And before you know it, your whole life has changed. If you're someone who's struggling with your health and fitness, reach out. I would love to work with you. I'm a metabolic gut and health and inflammation and recovery coach. I've got programs for everybody. There's no cookie cutter systems. Everybody gets their own program. Everybody gets an understanding of how their long-term sustainability works for them, for you. If you're looking for something more, if you know you have more, if you know you want more, reach out. I'd love to work with you. Guys, appreciate you jumping on today. Check out the video. I'm going to be chopping this up into short form content as well. Mike, again, I love having you on today. I'll talk with you again soon. Everybody have a great weekend.